In Willow Creek, where high school football was king and reputations meant everything, a scandal unfolded that no one saw coming. A forbidden affair between a star cheerleader and her married coach spiraled into obsession, betrayal, and, finally, murder. Some secrets refused to stay buried. Some love stories should never begin. Emma Carter had everything: beauty, brains, and the admiration of an entire town. As the captain of the cheer squad, she was more than just a student. She was the school's golden girl. But beneath her dazzling smile, Emma felt trapped. Her father, Councilman Richard Carter, controlled every aspect of her life. Her mother, a passive woman, stayed silent in the shadows. Emma's entire existence was scripted: maintain good grades, date the right boys, and never tarnish the family name. But Emma wanted more. More passion, more danger, more of what made her feel alive. And she found it in Coach Ryan Mitchell. Ryan Mitchell was a man who once had dreams. A former college football star turned high school coach, he had once believed he'd make it to the big leagues. But time had a cruel way of rewriting futures. At 36, he had a wife, Laura, 2 kids, and a life that felt increasingly small. The same place, the same routine, the same passionless marriage. Until Emma Carter. It started as a distraction, a harmless escape. But desire has a way of turning deadly. Their first kiss was a mistake. Their second? A choice. Late-night texts became secret rendezvous. A motel on the edge of town became their world. A place where Ryan wasn't just a coach, and Emma wasn't just a student. She loved the thrill. He loved feeling young again. But secrets don't stay hidden in Willow Creek for long. Sophia Langley, a junior on the cheer squad, had always admired Emma. But admiration had turned into jealousy. Then, one night, she saw it. A lingering touch, a whispered conversation, a stolen moment in Ryan's car. She snapped a photo, her hands trembling. The Golden Girl had a secret, and Sophia had just found a way to bring her down. The picture spread through school like wildfire. It reached the teachers, the parents, and finally, Laura Mitchell. Ryan came home late that night, only to find Laura waiting, her face pale with rage. "I know," she whispered. "I found the messages." Ryan tried to deny it, but there were hundreds of them. "I can fix this," he begged. "No," Laura said. "You'll pay for this." The next morning, the school board called an emergency meeting. Ryan was fired. The police launched an investigation. Emma, desperate to fix everything, sent Ryan a final message: "Meet me at the stadium. One last time." Ryan hesitated before stepping onto the empty football field. The stadium lights flickered, casting eerie shadows. And then he saw her. Emma stood on the bleachers, a gun clutched in her trembling hands. "You said we'd be together," she whispered. "Emma, listen to me. I was wrong. This was a mistake." Tears streamed down her face. "You're lying. You love me." Ryan took a step forward. Emma took a step back. Then, a single gunshot rang out. Ryan staggered, crimson blooming across his chest. He collapsed onto the field where he had spent years coaching boys into men. Emma dropped the gun, her breaths ragged. Her hands shook as she dialed 911. "I didn't mean to," she sobbed. "It was an accident." But it wasn't. Emma's father, Councilman Richard Carter, knew how to bury scandals. He paid for the best lawyers. He spun the narrative. Emma wasn't a murderer. She was a victim. A naive girl seduced by a man twice her age. A girl who had acted out of fear when Ryan threatened to destroy her reputation. The prosecution fought back. They uncovered text messages, letters, motel records. Emma hadn't been a victim. She had been in love. The jury was divided. And then, a shocking piece of evidence surfaced. Emma had Googled how to kill someone with a single shot. Her tears couldn't save her now. Emma Carter was sentenced to 20 years in prison for voluntary manslaughter. The town of Willow Creek would never be the same. Ryan Mitchell was buried in silence. His name was erased from the school's history. His wife and children left town, seeking a life where their last name didn't bring shame. Emma, once the Golden Girl, became a cautionary tale. And the football field where Ryan died? Demolished. In its place stood a memorial. Not for him, not for Emma, but for the town itself. a reminder of the scandal that turned deadly.